On December 16, 2021, the driver of a Honda Civic was caught using his phone while driving. Instead of stopping, he suddenly took off, leading to a tense chase from Sidney Marcus Boulevard to I-85. He sped up, swerving left and right, driving against traffic. He crashed into a concrete wall, hit a white truck, yet calmly continued fleeing as if nothing had happened.
Hit the wall with a white van.
The final pit maneuver sent the car spinning and slamming into a wall. It seemed like everything was over, but Carlton McDonald didn't give up. He crawled out, hid his hands, and tossed his handcuffs into a storm drain. It wasn't until officers used a taser twice that the chase finally came to an end. Inside Carlton's vehicle, a gun, nearly $900 in cash, marijuana, suspicious credit cards, a card reader, and a backpack full of questionable items. He was quickly booked into Fulton County Jail, facing a series of serious charges.
We're making a right on Northern, going southbound.
The police spotted the car speeding at 101 miles per hour and instructed the driver to pull over, but the driver accelerated and fled. The chase continued as the car shot forward, reaching speeds over 120 miles per hour, weaving dangerously between lanes.
45 east from 75. Speed 91. Taking me down Sierra. Like coming up to Jonesboro, traffic, speed 115, traffic light. 685, 685.
The chase ended when the car crashed into the guardrail at a speed of 123 miles per hour. The driver was arrested and taken to the hospital for evaluation, facing severe penalties for his reckless actions.
Good pit. Wrong lane.
On September 5th, 2022, on Torch Hill Road, Comonte Brown, driving a blacked-out Crown Vic, thought he could slip away. But just minutes later, everything spiraled out of control. The suspect ran red lights, sped through a shopping center, then swerved into oncoming lanes. Police attempted multiple pit maneuvers. The car was badly damaged, yet he kept running. On Victory Drive, the third pit maneuver caused Comonte Brown to lose control. The car had no valid registration, old plates, and he wasn't carrying any ID. But the story didn't end there.
Hey! How did you know? Open door! Open the door!
Police suspected Brown was high after smelling marijuana and noticing his dazed eyes. He was tested and taken to jail. If the results come back positive, the charges will be more serious. Was this just a moment of poor judgment, or the sign of a life lived on the edge? The chase intensified through residential areas as the suspect drove against traffic, endangering public safety. Police deployed spike strips, but they failed, forcing the pursuit to continue.
Are you on the interstate? Hey, request me. We're about to come back out on Holly Whitaker. Should be
Police rammed the car, bringing it to a halt. The driver fled but was immediately subdued. The female passenger sustained minor injuries, while the suspect faced multiple charges, including theft and evasion. On June 19, 2022, on Moreland Avenue, the police noticed an unregistered white Chevrolet Impala. When asked to stop, the driver not only refused but also sped off, recklessly making dangerous passes. When TRP Guerra decided to execute the first pit maneuver, he didn't expect the white Impala to aggressively speed off, surge forward, and drive against traffic, making the situation even worse.
Let me see your fucking head! 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 Get on the ground! Get on the fucking ground! Get on the fucking ground!
The police successfully executed the pit maneuver after a tense chase. Postel fled, resisted, and was apprehended with a taser. Alcohol, beer, and a gun were discovered. With a long criminal history, Postel was detained after a medical checkup. The chase began when the car sped off at 80 miles per hour, suddenly stopping before accelerating again. The driver recklessly swerved through streets and residential areas, forcing the police to stay on their tail at all times.
South on Shepherd. Still southbound on Shepherd. I'm fixing the TVI at Shepherd now.
After several failed attempts, the driver fled, tried to break through a barrier, but was hit with a taser and collapsed. Police found marijuana in the car and on him. The legal process continues, and he will face serious consequences.
Stop.
visibility. Yeah, you gotta stop.
You're sorry that you got caught. Have a seat. Rotate your shoulder. You're called out. You gotta rotate. Put your hands that way. Yeah.
The dog! He's been the dog!
A tense pursuit erupted when the suspect not only recklessly fled but also attacked a canine police dog, leading to an unexpected shooting. What happened next? A stolen Dodge Charger, linked to a murder, was spotted. When the police ordered the driver to stop, he refused to cooperate, reached inside, and suddenly sped off, triggering a dangerous high-speed pursuit. From the start of the pursuit, the police applied the PIT technique. The first attempt failed, but on the second try, the Dodge spun sharply to the right. The tension rose, and the story was far from over. Officer Camerad approached the vehicle, but the suspect didn't exit. The car kept accelerating, and despite the window being shattered, the suspect remained stubborn, continuing to hold his ground.
The dog! He's been the dog!
Officer Camerad called for K9 Figo's assistance, but by the time it was known that the suspect had a gun, it was too late. The suspect opened fire on Figo, forcing the police to respond. The suspect was killed on the spot, and Figo was injured and taken to the veterinary hospital. The stolen blue Chevrolet Camaro sped away at over 100 miles per hour, recklessly weaving through traffic, driving on the shoulder, and making dangerous maneuvers in a desperate escape.
Car! Get on the ground! Get on the ground now!
The first pit maneuver failed, but the second one stopped the car as the airbags deployed. The suspect fled on foot, sprinting across the highway, but was quickly spotted while hiding and immediately apprehended, ending the chase.
fucking car! Get on the ground! Get on the ground now!